So as I said, then the women's sprint hurdles final. What a race that was. This event is as unpredictable as the weather sometimes. Today we can be having brilliant sunshine and then a thunderstorm tomorrow because we had an upset, a big upset in that event. Danielle Williams, the defending champion for Jamaica, ended up 7th. But going into the event, you had the Olympic champion who was a world leader. We had Danielle Williams, the defending champion, a 2-time champion for this event. And we had the world record holder, Toby Amusan, in the event as well. But at the end of it all, Ditaji Kambunji from Switzerland produced a stunning upset. You will remember 4 years ago, she hit the first hurdle at the World Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya, and fell. And what a big redemption 4 years on for Ditaji Kambunji. Has been looking pretty good this season and really upstaged some heavy hitters in today's final. After the race, we heard from Danielle Williams, the Jamaican who has won this title 2 times. Let's see what she said.
First and foremost, give God thanks. Finished injury-free. Made it to another World's Finals. I mean, this was like my 5th World Finals. I don't know. But, you know, just thanking God, I finished. Did my best. Ran into a little bit difficulty at hurdle 2, and that kind of took me out of the race and tried to run back in. And that's it. It's hurdles, you have to run a clean race to be in the money, and I didn't do that today.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the final, you looked very good from the semi-finals. Seem to have it there. Overall, the championships has been going good for you. Do you describe this as a disappointment, any at all, based on the form you came in with?
I mean, obviously, you're going to be a bit disappointed. Everybody coming here with a goal to win a medal. So, yeah, definitely a bit disappointed, but, you know, give God thanks just the same. Only 3 people can come away with a medal. Yeah. And so I'm grateful that I was able to come out here and give my best performance, regardless of what that looked like today.
We're very proud of you, Danielle. You've been the flag bearer for Jamaica in this event, and certainly this evening, having won in 2015 and winning in 2023. I mean, how much you look forward to continuing to continue carrying the flag for Jamaica in this event? I mean, I know you still have a lot left in the tank there.
As long as God gives me strength to keep going, I will keep going.
All right, that's Danielle Williams. Now, Akira Nugent, the national record holder, ended up 3rd in her semi in 12.63, was sitting on the bubble for a while, did not advance to the final. And the other Jamaican in that race, Amoy Brown, finished 6th in 12.93 seconds in her semi. So, Bruce, what a race the final turned out to be. And I spoke about the credentials, the huge credentials coming into that final, and a massive upset in the end.
Sure. Some big numbers for you this time, viewers. Kambunji, the little sister to the more famous big sister Kambunji, who is off pregnant right now, comes in with one of the slowest personal bests. Her time, 12.40. That's an important number to remember because she has never broken 12.40. She did it this year, so she's been at her best, but she had never broken 12.40. 6 other girls in this race have all gone way below even 12.30, and we're looking at the race here. Kambunji in lane 3 might look like lane 2 to you, and she is stepping, and in fact, she got probably the best start of all and just would not be caught. Now, what's really amazing about this is that she then breaks her own personal record and national record for Switzerland by 0.16 of a second to go 12.24. Now, if you remember Bridget Foster Hilton in 2009 at the World Championships crossing the finish line, Kambunji did the same thing. She shut her eyes as she crossed the line, so she did not know whether or not she won this race. Of course, the results popped up and she was able to see it. She started crying. That's another reason why I like to watch some races alone at home, because you know when you see a girl starting to cry, you react. So, but Kambunji, so the big deal, she wins. She beats everybody, the Olympic champion, the world champion, the world record holder. But in second place, Amusan, and I think Jamaica, since we're looking for medals, you know, she trains with Racers Track Club, Amusan, Toby Amusan, the world record holder. She gets second in 12.29. Keep listening to the numbers. So great. She was very excited. So kudos to Glenn Mills and the team at Racers. If you look, you can probably say that Kambunji's eyes were closed. She did not know she won. In third place, though, this is a real big number, 12.34 to Grace Stark. Why is that a big number for Jamaica? That's the time that Megan Tapper used to win the national championships here in Jamaica, her new PB. She then goes to Monaco, that is Megan Tapper, runs 12.34 again. In other words, had Megan been okay, I really think Megan had a shot at that bronze medal, 12.34 being the time. We'd have to shout out Masai Russell, the new U.S. record holder at 12.17, second fastest in the world this year and ever, and she finished fourth at 12.44.
Yeah, what a race it was, Danielle. Let's look at Danielle Williams' execution. She hit the second hurdle. She looked very good in the first round and even better in the semifinals. But as I said, this event is so unpredictable. It's who turns up on the day and who makes fewer or no mistakes. Yes,
as she said, you have to have a clean race. It's the final, it's a world final, and all these ladies have run really fast times, 12.4 or better. And she has to get a clean start. She didn't get that. She normally you want to get to the first hurdle first. She didn't do that. She hit the second hurdle. It's hard to recover from those mistakes when you're running against the best in a world final. And Kambunji had the cleanest race. She was out there by herself and just ran away with it. She gave it everything, wasn't worried about what was happening on the inside, similarly to how Danielle Williams won in Budapest. She was in lane 2, I believe, and
very good.
Out there on her own. So there's a lot of benefits, and we see that happening with Seville. He was in lane 7, Sha'Carri Richardson, lane 9. There's a lot can happen when you are away from the crowd.
Yes.
And you're able to run your own race.
Yeah, Warren, you have a fair amount of experience at this event, you know. Talk to us about, give us your overall assessment, starting with Danielle Williams and what really happened for her out there.
So yeah, for the viewers out there, before you guys met me in the Tokyo meet, I was a hurdler in high school. An event I love, and though we can tell you, as a hurdler, you feel like a creme de la creme because it takes a lot of talent to do it. And as Danielle says, you have to run a clean race. Not a good race, but sometimes a perfect race. And when you're going to a field as stacked as the female 100-meter hurdles was, if you make one or half a mistake, you might as well just hop over the hurdles and finish the best you can. But nevertheless, I'm really proud of her. She has been holding it down for us a very, very long time. She's always a champion, but an underdog champion. And as I said before, the hurdles is very unpredictable. And if I'm not wrong, I think Bruce can back me up on this. I don't we have ever seen female champions come back to back. It's always a next somebody come after. So you win one, then somebody else is always alternating with the female. So that's just how it goes with the female so far.
Yeah, the only female who'd probably try back-to-back again. Danielle wasn't back-to-back because she was 2015, 2023, but Gail Divas early in the day. Gail just couldn't lose hurdle races.
Michelle Perry was another fine exponent. And she went back-to-back, I'm being told. Yes, the former U.S. competitor there. Warren, let's stay with this event. Akira Nugent. She was running brilliantly all season. Quite a bit of a surprise, I would want to think, to many persons that she did not advance to the final. Huh?
Yes, definitely a surprise for us. We have seen her come a second time to a championship, and it seems that the rounds just always get the better of her. She never had the best of semifinals, and she never had the best of race. And as I said before, the field is very, very talented in the female hurdles. There's no space for mistake, and once you make a mistake, that's it. And I don't think she never ran a clean race. But Akira Nugent will get it right. The hurdles, as we saw with Parchment, it takes a lot of time to fine-tune, and it takes a lot of times to get experience. And as she gain experience, she will be one of those that will be in it for a long time.
Yeah, Bruce, Warren spoke about the rounds getting the better of Akira, but maybe some persons are thinking or wondering, you know, could it be a scenario where she overexerted herself just a little bit on the circuit, push it a little too much this season?
No, I find the athletes, the hurdlers, all are in it every weekend. I don't know any other race where you talk about the athletes clashing all the time, especially in 100-meter hurdles. In Akira's case, she hit 2 hurdles late in the race, and that's going to, I mean, you're going against the best. This is the razor-sharp race. There's no other race, I think, that is as tight as the 100-meter hurdles. It's one of those races on the circuit, and, you know, we watch the Diamond League all the time, where you don't have a consistent winner. in the Diamond League at the 100-meter hurdle level. She needed to have a bad race in the heats, because at the heats she could make it to the semis. But having a bad race in the semis, you're not making it to the final. It's just too tight. You see her sitting at what we call the bubble seat there. But yeah, you can't. And 12.6, by the way, the time she ran, 12.63, I'm going to say it as gently as I can, is slow for these girls. She's a national record holder, 12.24. By the way, anybody remember the time that the race was won in? 12.24. That's what I'm saying. So we have the talent, we have the skill, but this is just not where, if you are betting man or woman, don't bet on the hurdles, not on the 100-meter hurdles.
You're so right about that, Bruce. Danielle, as you have said, Akira, she's young and got the experience at the Paris Olympics last year, now at the World Championships. So this is good experience under her belt going forward, despite the disappointment for her. It's
good experience, but it's going to be extremely disappointing for her. She is the national record holder, 12.24. She's the fastest Jamaican this year. And knowing that going into the championship, where we have the defending champion, she knows that she's medal quality, gold medal quality. So it's going to be extremely disappointing for Akira. And she's going to have to try not to be too hard on herself. When you look at the race, she is one of the quickest hurdlers when you talk about raw 100-meter speed.
Quite so.
And she's normally to the first hurdle in the top 3 when you're talking about the hot races. And she just didn't have it from the start. And they ran that race on the second go because there was a false start from the Finnish athlete. And when she exited the blocks, she was within herself, short strides, and you want to be open, aggressive. It just wasn't her best. And 12.6 is still fast, but not Akira level fast. So it's going to be very devastating for her.
Yeah, it's that sort of event. You've got to put the full package together from the very get-go.